Hello everyone. I'm doing another video where I commentate over some of the games that I played, and in these particular series of games, it was in a tournament. It was in a Master Cup tournament, which runs every Friday, and I managed to get to the top 8 into that tournament with the two-element Goatee deck. So I thought, and I managed to save almost all of the games that I played. So what I thought is, instead of uploading each video separate, I thought I will just upload them all and I will commentate over through them. Hopefully this video won't take too long. Before we start in the game, I'll just show you my deck list. So before you start the tournament, you can you should upload. They ask you to upload the deck, and so this is the deck that I uploaded. Let me open it up for you. I should do this. Right. Yeah. Okay. So this was the deck that I played with. And this is different from the last deck list I uploaded on the YouTube channel, I think. That one I had the Ogre Dance. I had 3 of the Ogre Dance and then 1 of the Foxy Tune. So that one was to maximize the normal summon of Xiamen. This one I thought I will change. I will try this line of the Punk, which goes into this guy, Sharakusi, or whatever his name is, and then you fusion summon into Ryzencarp, and then Ryzencarp special summons Geonota and Xiamen from your deck. I thought I just wanted to experiment with this line of the Punk and see if it's good. The reason why I wanted is because the Punk, both the Punk line and the Rhinoheart line, rely on a normal summon, and during that line can be disrupted with an Ash, basically. And I didn't wanna get ashed on Foxy Tune, for example. When I add it to my hand and I use Foxy Tune, that gets ashed. That completely shuts off my combo. And so I wanted to experiment with using him. But even I realized down the line that even this can be ashed. So if you summon Ryzencarp, that can be ashed as well. So I decided to change it after this tournament, but I was playing with this deck basically during the tournament. Right, so let me go back to Master Duel. Right. Right, so I'll get into the games and I will show you. So this game, can you see that? Yeah. So this game over here was the round 1. So there was 3 rounds, and if you win the 3 rounds, you go into top 8. So this was round 1, and I went 2-0 in the round 1. I 2-0'd, so it's a best of 3. So each round is a best of 3. So in round 1, I beat this guy 2-0. I wasn't able to save the first match, but I was able to save the second match. I won the first match, and then what happens is when the person who loses the first match gets to decide if they want to go first or second. So I'll get into this round. Okay. So before I start, also I want to say, so at the moment I'm recording this video. I'm also streaming. So I had a Twitch account for quite a while now, and I used to do some small streaming like a few years ago, but I thought what I'll try and do is also experiment with streaming as well. And so at the moment I'm streaming as well as recording, and also post a link to my Twitch channel as well if you're interested in following that. And I'll try and do these streams regularly, and then I will upload some of the some of the games, or maybe whatever I'm streaming, I will upload it on YouTube as well. Sections of it, not the whole stream. Okay, so I don't want to make this video too long, so I will start. So this was the first round, second game of the first round. Let me just check here. Yep. Okay. So I won the first game, and so since he lost, he decided to go first again, but he didn't really have a good hand. So he activates that banishes 1 card from my hand. He gets to look at my hand and banishes 1 card. So I thought, okay, if he's gonna banish 1 card, I don't want him to banish this, because this is a This is a starter for me. And then he maxes me as well. And I think I decide to take the maxi challenge here because I know that he won't have his runic engine. His runic engine to be able to stop me. He only has the Naturia cards to be able to stop me, but those only have a maximum of 2 negates. So yeah, so this card has it can basically negate twice when it's with Camellia. So it negates and then you have to send it and another Naturia card, but because this effect says if you attribute a monster to activate a Naturia monster effect, you can send the top 2 cards of your deck to the graveyard instead, and this is only once per turn. So he can activate this and then send 2 cards, so that's 1 negate, and then he will activate it again, and then that activation he will have to send it to the graveyard. So it's only 2 negates. So I thought, I have enough power to be able to go through it. I didn't normal summon as well, so that's the thing. When you have emergent teleport with this deck, you don't need the normal summon. You can do the whole punk engine combo without a normal summon. And yeah, he doesn't have any more disruptions, so I do the whole combo, and I should be able to OTK this game. The only thing that might have stopped me is if he had like Nibiru, maybe, but I didn't know, like, this is just the replay. The replay is showing us, I can see in his hand. In the actual game I wasn't able to, see what he has in his hand. So I was risking it, but I thought, I was 1 up anyways, so I thought I'll take the challenge anyways. And he scoops. Yeah, so that was the first round, and then I go into the second round, and you have to reset your deck. So there's side decking as well. So when you finish the first game of a round, you can side deck into the second game. So you have to reset that. So I had to reset what I side decked, and he goes first. He won the coin toss. My hand is abysmal here. 3 super polys. I mean, 1, 2 is okay, but 3, like, come on. To be fair, looking at his hand, he had a response to all of my. Even if I had like a disruption, if I had Max C or Ash, he would have stopped it. I did have Ash, and he called bite. Yeah, so he does the full combo here, or whatever the punk do. So one thing that's interesting about the mirror match is that when I have the fusion, the punk fusion monster, I can fuse with his cards to make it. So here, if he didn't activate this, I would have activated its effect to special summon Yaman and Deer Note, but he negated this effect straight away, so I didn't get the chance. So here I didn't really. I could have added Deer Note here. I only had 2 options. I either add Deer Note, or I add this guy. But I wouldn't have been able to use this effect because I already have a fusion summon. And if I had a Deer Note, I would have just summoned Deer Note and would have done nothing. So I went with this instead. Another play is maybe I can special summon this, and because this is light and that's light, I could have super polyed, but I could have super polyed into Mud Dragon, which I don't have it in this deck. But I would have needed another card in my hand to be able to super poly, basically, so that wasn't feasible anyways. Yeah, he just attacks. I'm thinking I can combo off here, but he ashes me. And he would have had OTK next turn with the Psychic End Puncher. Right, so I lose the first game. We're going to the second game. I decide to go first this game. Oh, I will. If you have the choice, you always go first, of course. And when I'm guaranteed that I go first, I usually remove the super polys that I have, and I put like call by and cross out to be able to negate the Maxi or the Ash or whatever they have. I didn't draw them, but luckily he didn't have Maxi or Ash anyways. Yeah, so here I normal summon Xiamen. I could have added this guy, normal summoned him, but see, with the Punk engine, again, you lose to an Ash at a certain, if you have like a certain chokehold. So if I didn't have anything else here, and I only had the fusion and activate the fusion, if he had Ash, he would have Ashed. So because I have other Punk cards, what I decided to do was to just add Deer Note and then special summon Deer Note using its effect. And that way I don't need to... this, you cannot Ash it. You cannot Ash that. Also, I didn't use Foxy Tune because I can use Foxy Tune's effect to send my T-element cards to the graveyard to activate their effects. Sharon. And the best to sort of maximize on your mills, you activate Sharon before you activate anything else. So if you have Sharon in hand, try and use Sharon first before you use any of the Chaos Ruler or the Zombie Vampire. That way you guarantee the Sharon mill, and then if you mill another T-element name, you go into Kit Kalos, and then you do the Kit Kalos combo as well, and then you activate your Chaos Ruler or Zombie Vampire. That's the sort of the optimal milling. That's how you mill the most amount of cards. This is just a standard combo here. There's nothing much about it. Try and put the normal summons, or the either leave the fusion and the synchros on the side for sheep, and then put your other stuff in the middle. So here, sheep, when you have a synchro and a fusion, sheep has two effects basically: it boosts the attack and lets it special summon a level 4 or lower from the graveyard. So here I needed one more Goatee card. Send it, and yeah, that's pretty much. It's very hard for this board is almost unbreakable. I've never every time I set up this board, I've never lost. So I wait. I got a response when he wanted to go to battle phase. I waited for him to go to battle phase to activate this. That way he doesn't have any more battle. He won't be able to OTK me. If he has something, he will not be able to use it this turn, basically. And it also, if Fenrir attacks, he will activate his effect. So I activated this before Fenrir attacks and after he goes into the battle phase. So now he does whatever, he does his punk thing. He tries to destroy that, but it's fine. As long as I banish this, he won't have anything to do, basically. And I think he scoops here. He doesn't scoop. Oh. So he said... so I didn't really need... so he said these and he tried to end phase. I didn't really need... So what I went for the Goatee, the Deep Beyond. To banish everything. I was like, okay, whatever he has, I'm just gonna banish it. I didn't really need to do it because I didn't activate Baron's effect yet, and I still have Rukalos' effect, and I still have Snow in the graveyard. Like, I had so many things, but I thought, I know he doesn't have anything in his hand, and he already said 2, so I just banish everything. But I didn't really need to do it. Yeah, so here, yeah, you try and the first fusion you do when you have the full combo, try and use this the paces first. That way you banish paces to bring back Ascan, and then the last fusion, the last synchro you do, sorry, I meant synchro, the last synchro you do is with Shift, so that way Shift goes into the graveyard, and then it can boost DPL's attack. He scopes. So that was game 2, round 2. Now this is game 3, and I had to side deck. I don't remember what I side decked. Probably Super Poly and yeah. So I put Super Poly back in. I think I removed. The trap cards. I can't really remember. So I know he has Kashtira. That's why I activated Max C straight away, because I know he has Kashtira cards. I didn't want to wait for him to activate a fusion summon, a special summon effect. So here, looking at this board, I don't know what that trap card is, and I know he has Fenrir, so I want to bait. I want to be able to bait Fenrir, and or stop him, basically, because Fenrir can disrupt my my punk. So I only have, yeah. Either way, he will be able to disrupt my combo, whichever line I go down. So I want to stop him from doing this. So I think a normal summon Snow first to flip him face down, and then so this normal summon is, you kind of need your normal summon to do the punk line. However, because I have two punk cards, I can get by with only with not using the normal summon. So how you do it is you activate. Oh, actually, so he stops me here. So I win as with fusion. That's fine though. Yeah, so what you do is you special summon Xiamen, activate Xiamen to add Geonote, and then you use Geonote's effect to special summon itself. So this is one useful thing when you have more than one, when you have multiple punk cards in your hand, you can do that. So here I'm thinking, I will not be able to use Sheep's effect to special summon, because I needed a fusion for that, and I cannot fusion summon because of the dimensional barrier. However, I can go into Elf. Or actually, I was lucky enough to mill the Zep using Zamp Vampire, so I just special summoned him, and then I special summon Chaos Ruler, and then I use Baron, and I get that, and that's game on the field. So far so good. So that was round 2, and then you go into round 3. Now I lost the coin toss. Speed this up. It's I don't have any disruption, and I also have Super Poly and Kelbeck here into Dragon Link. So Dragon Link loses heavily to Super Poly, because they always have at least 2 dragon monsters on the field, dark dragon monsters, and you can just super poly those into Garura, and because you have Kelbeck, you can send Kelbeck with the super poly, and Kelbeck will activate its effect as well. So if I didn't have super poly here, I might be tempted to when he sends a monster from the deck to a graveyard, I have Kelbeck. I can activate Kelbeck's second effect to special summon itself and send one special summon monster on the opponent's field to the deck. So if I didn't have Super Poly, I might have been able to. I might have thought about using that, sending this back, so that it stops them a bit. It stops them from doing the full combo, basically. However, I thought I have Super Poly and I also have Foxy Tune as well to be able to send the Kelbeck to the graveyard, so I decided not to do it. He also had like 5 or 6 cards in hand, so I wasn't confident in doing that. Yeah, this is it's not a standard Dragon deck. It's not standard Dragon combo. I don't really. I have a Dragon. I made a Dragon deck, but I'm not really good at it yet. Like, I know the standard combo, but I don't know the ins and out of it. You know, there's so many plays you can make with this deck. It's a really good deck. So here, actually, I cannot really Super Poly this because it's a light and a dark. So I'm hoping he special summons another dark monster. He doesn't. However, he will have to because with Brand Regain he can he will be able to special summon a dark dragon monster. So then I can Super Poly. Another thing, you want to use Super Poly on Borland quickly. I didn't want to activate this because Borland says I cannot respond to the activation of Borland. It's like Super Poly. He cannot respond to Super Poly and I cannot respond to Borland. So I wanted to get rid of him before he activates his effect. Yeah, here I kind of misplayed actually. I wanted to normal summon Shift and synchro into Chaos Ruler with Garura, but I made the mistake of normal summoning him. So what I should have done was attacked first with the Xiamen, and then baited out his Hieratic Seal. But I wasn't sure whether he would return Xiamen or the fusion. But in either case, I would have been able to carry on my combo. I would have been able to carry on my combo basically, because if he returns Xiamen to the hand, I can then normal summon this guy and then activate his effect to fusion, summon the fusion monster, and then carry on the combo. Or if he sent Garura, I mean, if he sends Xiamen, then I can normal summon. I can do both actually if he sends Xiamen. Yeah, I can do both. I can either normal summon Shift, go into Chaos Ruler, or I can normal summon this guy and then go into Chaos Ruler using the Punk line. That was a misplay on my end. Yeah. Yeah, I didn't want to. I didn't want to play. I was like, I'm done. I was a bit tilted there by the misplay I made. And he had so many cards on hand. I was like, he can Dragonlance can OTK easily. Right, so game 2 I go first. And luckily I have Ash. He doesn't have Maxi, but he does have Ash in his hand. But I have Deer Note here. So, okay. So I go for the Ashable line. So if I just activated Deer Note, special summon Deer Note, he wouldn't have been able to Ash. But I went for the line that can be Ashed. Usually they would Ash Xiamen. He should have Ashed Xiamen actually. He doesn't know, because he doesn't know how I have Deer-Note. I could have special summoned Deer-Note and then went to Chaos Order, but he doesn't know that. So I summon this guy and then he ashes this guy. Luckily I had some play. And I milled Kelbeck as well, which is very nice, which allowed me to mill Snow. So that's a good mill. I don't have the full combo, but I have both Goatees banished, and I have Rokalos and Snow, and Redoer as well. Redoer is a bit useless actually, I shouldn't have gone for it. I need to have either Havness or Sharon and Redoer to be able to activate the Fusion Summon. That wasn't a good mill, but it's okay. Yeah, so here I don't want him to get any B seals in hand, because he will be able to banish my my stuff from the graveyard. So I don't want him to have anything. So he shouldn't have destroyed this. So these are probably the worst two things he could have destroyed, because that Scream already used its effect, and Rokalis will just come back. He should have just destroyed the fish. Also had Snow in graveyard, so I didn't want him to get the trap card that destroys. I just flip that guy. So here I didn't want him to summon the Tracer. Not the Tracer, this guy. Striker Dragon. So I just straight away banished that. Here I go into yeah, one nice thing when you have this, when you have Ascan in the field with the Goatees, you can just go into Baron. Yeah, he scoops, I guess. Right, game 3. Let me see how much. Okay, half an hour on the recording time. I don't want it to be too long, but we're doing okay, I think. And this is the worst going first hand, but it's really good going second hand. So here I had Max C, which you can just shotgun it and just activate it straight away. But usually Dragonlink players will, like a lot of Dragonlink players will play Gamma. So I was playing around Gamma. I didn't want him to Gamma it. So I was waiting for him to normal summon something, or have a card on the field, a monster on the field, and then I activate my Max C. Just to play around the Gamma. So this lets him, he just goes into Seals Pass. Here I didn't have any of my punk cards. I didn't have any of my punk engines, so I had to play around I had to play using the T-Limit engine. I'm gonna have Havness and Sharon. Yeah, so here I had Super Poly. So luckily I milled both Havness. So I sent Havness with Rhino Heart, but luckily I milled Sharon as well to be able to use them to fuse into Kit Kalos. If I didn't mill another team name, I would have needed to fuse with Rhino Heart, and I would not have been able to use the Super Poly play. But he sends Rokalis anyways, but I was able to mill. I was able to send Kit Kalos and use its effect to mill. I had another super party as well. Yeah, this was game. So Garura has a secret effect, which is he does double damage to the opponent when attacks directly. So that was 4k. That was 7.5, and then that was, and he was already on 7.5. So I just attacked. That was round 3, and with this win, I was able to go into top cut or top 8. So top 8 game was very interesting. It was like there was a lot of back and forth in this game. So I was playing against Naturia. He won the coin toss. A bit unlucky on the coin tosses so far. Yeah. I asked that. I didn't want him to get fountain. Here. Yeah. So what I've learned, or I already knew it, but it was very tempting. Usually because of the ban on Merli and the ban on Agidu as well. Activating Halfness is actually not that good, because you're very unlikely to mill something useful. I could have milled Rhinoheart here and activated its effect to Sensalic, but usually you shouldn't activate Halfness. There's only 3 cards. It's very unlikely that you mill something useful. But why I activated this was because I had Xiamen in hand, so I thought, okay, next turn, if I activate Xiamen, if I summon Xiamen, he negates Xiamen. At least I can go into I can make this guy. I can make Arachnopsis and then banish a T-element and then play banish a Goatee and then play on his turn again. So that's why I did this. It's a bit risky, but it bit me in the back because he had talents. Although I activated Ash as well, so he had, didn't matter much. Yeah, Runic is a very strong deck. So here, I could have gone with Planet, but he has a negate. I know he has a negate. I know he has Baron. He can negate something. If I activate Planet, it's almost guaranteed that he negates it. Now, whether he negates it with Baron or with the Runic Destruction is up to him. But I didn't know he had Runic Destruction, but I guess he might have Runic Destruction. So I thought, okay, he can negate one of them. I would like to have Pearl Rhino, because this can be Pearl Rhino line, like getting Rhinoheart and or getting Sharon, activating Sharon would have been more useful, I thought, than Xiamen. So I used Xiamen's effect straight away. Maybe it was a mistake, I don't know. But I don't think it would have mattered anyways. Because he had Flashing Fire anyways, which would destroy... it would have destroyed my either Geonote or Xiamen. I'm hoping that they banish my Goatee cards so that they can be special summoned. Yeah, one thing about runic cards is they don't have a battle phase. So if even if they clear your field, you still have a chance. They cannot OTK. was a nice mill. I didn't go into Kit Kalos here because I wanted to get rid of this guy. If I go Kit Kalos, he activates a runic card and then banishes. It will banish cards and then activate this guy, Shenging, and he will banish my Kit Kalos. So I wanted to get rid of him as fast as possible. So that's why I went into Kalador. Yeah, I wanted to flip this face down because I didn't use my normal summon yet. So I didn't want him to negate this. So I wanted to bait with the I wanted to bait with the snow. Yeah, I had 9 cards, and maybe I could have activated snow again to bait. But I wanted, maybe I should have done that, but it would have, I would have needed to banish what, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I would have needed to banish my entire graveyard and Zodiac. Which, to be honest with you, might have been the play. But he still had, yeah, he didn't really have actually anything. Maybe that was the play. Maybe I should have done that. Yeah, throughout this round, I made so many mistakes actually. So maybe that might have been the play actually. Let me see here. Yeah, he already banished 1 Happiness here. So now he banished 2 of my Happiness. Yeah, what I should have done is baited out the Sunflower again and then normal summon to Sun and Snow and then go into that. So here I didn't. If both of these resolved, he would deck me out. I didn't want. I mean, he was gonna deck me out next turn anyways, but I didn't want him to deck me out now. It was a last resort thing. So I needed to bait that to allow the goatees to come back. Even though, to be honest with you, now thinking about it, they would have been useless. Maybe not so useless. I mean, I don't have any more cards in my graveyard anyways. It didn't really matter. In my deck, I mean. So he decked me out. Right, game 2. I go first. I think I remove the Super Polys here to get Cold Buy and Cross out. Yeah, put the Cold Buy in. Which came in handy, as you can see. So this is full combo here. And this time around, oh, I still go for that. Okay. I never learn. I think it was he wasn't triggering anything. Like my effects didn't trigger anything on his end, so I thought, okay, it's safe to go into the fusion. But yeah, you're always taking risk when you do that. Yeah, and now I'm able to do the full combo basically here. Yeah. Snow and the fish are in the graveyard. Yeah. Yeah, and I'm doing the optimal mill. Yeah, it's very hard for any deck to be able to break this board. Because I have one banish, one negate special summon, one omni negate. If he normal summons anything, I have the chance to actually I can trigger Scream on my own when I special summon anything or normal summon anything. So that can go into Collider Heart, spin something back. That's 4 disruptions, and then Snow can flip something, a monster face down. That's 5 disruptions, and I have Meta Nose, which is another flip. 6 disruptions. Like it's very hard for anybody to deal with. So I chose not to Baron this because he can bring it back. He can add it to his hand with this guy. This guy can add a runic spell, non-quick play runic spell from the graveyard to the hand. So I thought I just wanted to banish it. Yeah, and I activate the Scream when I summoned Ascan. I activate the Scream with this guy. Doesn't activate Baron yet. Oh, and I also have, on top of all of that, I also have, banish the whole field with the Deep Beyond play. So here I could have activated this and just banished everything. Yeah. Yeah, it's very hard to break. Right, game 3 of top 8. So that game, it went well for me. This game I made a lot of mistakes. It cost me the game. I was very upset about the mistakes I made here. Right. So I sided in Chaos Hunter because this stops his runic cards. He cannot banish anything. So here, when it special summons, you always Ash that. Always run Ash that. He was able to deal with it though. Yeah, here. He negates that. Yeah, the runic cards are very annoying. So that lets him add another fountain. Destroys that. That cannot. Yeah, I cannot add anything. I removed. I think I sided out Meta Noise. So I couldn't add anything with it. So here, what I decided to do was to attack that. So this Sunflower's effect is negated as well. Yeah, because Sunflower needs to send itself and another Naturia monster. So if you destroy Sunflower, Camellia can actually bring it back. If your opponent normal summons a monster, you can special summon one Naturia monster from your graveyard, so Camellia can bring it back. But if you destroy Camellia, Sunflower on its own is useless, and they cannot come back. That's one thing about the the Naturia cards. They're a bit annoying like that. However, if you special summon a monster from the extra deck, more Cricket can come back, and then he can special summon another Camellia from the deck. Another option to do here was to attack this guy, and then he can special summon. If he special summons a monster, I can special summon Chaos Hunter, but that would have been negated by Sunflower anyways. Yeah, and they just keep banishing my cards. I didn't banish any of the Goatee cards, which is a bit annoying. Yeah, they have, Freezing Curses and Flashing Fire. Yeah, that was also annoying. If your opponent has a card from their deck, you can discard one random card from their hand. So it discards one random card from my hand, and he discarded the Foxy Tune. Like, so annoying. I couldn't summon Dear Note because I already used my normal summon. So what I decide to do here, which in hindsight was probably the first mistake I made here, is I only attacked Sunflower. I didn't attack this guy because I thought if I attack him, he will be able to special summon him back. So I thought I'll just leave it. I won't attack him. But actually, maybe that would have been the play, because if he special summons, I can then special summon Chaos Hunter, and then that would shut off his runic cards. He won't be able to use his runic cards, and he doesn't have. He pretty much used up his Naturi engine for this turn. Like if I summon Chaos Hunter, I can go into Baron as well, which should have been the play maybe here. But I go, okay, I'm gonna just destroy that and then play for the next turn. He destroys that. He was afraid. He was afraid of the banish. Yeah. Those two were baits. Those two were baits. So one thing to note about runic cards is they really have 3 cards that can disrupt you. They have Flashing Fire, which destroys a special summon monster, and they have Freezing Curses, which negates one effect monster on the field. The other one is Destruction, which destroys a spell or trap card. So those are the only 3 that can disrupt you. And he used 2 of them. And I do not Destruction. I don't need. I don't care about Destruction because I'm not gonna have any spell or trap on the field. So at this point, I'm thinking he used his runic engine. He doesn't have his Naturia engine. Not yet, at least. So I'm thinking, I might be able to OTK him. Yeah. And the stupid thing is he drew Max C as well. But as I said, I'm thinking I can OTK him through Max C. And so I just do the full combo. I ignore Max C. He used the 2 things that can disrupt me. He used them. The only thing is the Naturia now. I'm thinking, the only thing is the Naturia. So I do this to because he activated more Cricket. Whatever he special summons, I wanna flip it face down so it doesn't activate its effect. So here maybe it was I think maybe here is the second mistake I made. I shouldn't have flipped this. Maybe I should have flipped this face down or this, and then return. Yeah, Runic Fountain. I need to return it. The other thing is that if I destroy this, he can special summon another one. He can just keep special summoning. So I wanted to get rid of the Runic Fountain, and then I guess it doesn't really matter. Here. And maybe I should have waited on the snow for when he brings this guy. But here, actually, now he only has... no, I know why I flipped Camellia. Because Camellia now cannot use this effect. So when Sunflower activates this effect, it will have to tribute itself. So he only gets one negate instead of two. So that wasn't a misplay, I guess. That wasn't a misplay, no. Now I bait the second. Yeah, I chain here. Chain block. I make, so here's the other, okay, here's a mistake. This is a mistake. I know he cannot use his Runic. He uses Naturia. If I clear these two, I have game. I can attack him directly and that's game. But I can already summon Chaos Ruler. However, I realized that what I should have made is Deep Beyond instead of Baron. Baron can destroy one card. Yeah. But what I forgot was this actually... yeah, this is what I forgot about, is that this blocks... this blocks the destruction. So now I don't have OTK, because my sheep cannot get through this, and I don't have another way to deal with this except by attacking with one of these, and then that won't be enough. Okay. If I had made Deep Beyond there, that would have been enough, because I can attack both with anything, and then Deep Beyond will go for the OTK. But I made Baron. I shouldn't have made Baron. I should have made Deep Beyond, and Deep Beyond has enough monsters in the banish to OTK on his own. Yeah, that was a mistake by me. I was a bit afraid of the trap. I thought it might be Infinite Impermanence maybe, and that will stop my Baron, my Deep Beyond. So that's why I made Baron. But he didn't. I should have, like, he didn't have any. I didn't see him use Infinite Impermanence the entire round, so I thought, yeah, I should have realized that. Yeah, but that was my mistake. I wasn't able to OTK with that. I was quite upset about this. Yeah, and yeah, I have 4 cards in deck. You know, it didn't really matter. He was gonna deck me out with 12 cards in hand, like, yeah. Yeah, I was quite upset about that. I had OTK, I had game, but yeah. A bit of misplays there cost me the game. All in all, I was okay with it. I was happy with it. I felt like the changes I made to the deck were good. So I was a bit happy with that. But then I played a few games in another tournament, and the deck didn't perform well. So I was upset about that as well. And that made me make more changes, which I will go through some of the changes I made to the deck, but in another video, not in this one. This one is getting a bit too long already. It's oh wow, it's close to an hour. Yeah. Okay, so I'll end this now, and I'll make another video on the deck, the changes I made to the deck, on another video. All right, thanks for watching. Make sure to follow me on the channel, I guess, if you're interested in this in the stream. I'll try and stream more often. I was just I just needed to set up the stream. There's quite a lot of things that you need to consider when like streaming the mic, and there's a lot of like capture, video capture, game capture stuff, which I was tinkering around with and like trying to figure it out. But now I think now it's okay. The stream is working fine. So I'll try and stream more often. I'll put a link on the description of the video of my channel, and it'd be helpful if you can follow. Yeah. Okay, I won't make this any longer. See you another time. Bye.